What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld Podcast. Today we're going to be looking at Week 16, the final game, Monday Night Football, 2021, the Dolphins and the Saints. Now, before we get into the game, I just want to go ahead and point out, Miami has won 7 straight games for the first time since Weeks 10 through 16 in 1985. All right, so this is a very, very long time. Obviously, we know that the Saints did not have a full man roster. That guy, Ian Bucks, he's one of the worst players I've ever seen, and I thought I'd seen some really bad players. That guy sucks, but we're not going to really focus on that as much as what was going on. Pretty much the Dolphins came out there defensively and they handled business. Because regardless of what happens, this is the most difficult part, and this is what we're being able to see right now. When you don't have those key players, it's very, very impossible to coach. You know how they'll tell you, like, okay, this coach is really good versus this coach? A real coach, bro, will take something that's not there and win with it. And it's very hard to do that. Every good coach had great players. And this is what my point is. This is what everybody's starting to notice. Like, yo, Jemiah, bro, I see what you're saying. It's very obvious. If your players are worse than mine, I usually win. In some cases, your bum players could win, but most of the time, my better players will win. And that's what's going on right now. This whole thing that's going on with players being out, they're on lists and all that stuff like that, it's really affecting the way that these coaches can obviously coach the game. But I want to go ahead and let you guys understand a few things. It's not like Miami played out of their mind offensively. Tua is still average. 198 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Duke Johnson, he had 39 yards, 3-yard average. Phillip Lindsay, 36 yards, 2.8 average. Gaskin, 10 yards on 3 carries. What are they? They're not really doing anything in this game to actually show dominance, but defensively, they were unbelievable. And that's where it gets crazy because everybody understands this, and I think we should all be able to agree with this. The quarterback position is the most important position. They touch the football every single play, unless it's like a trick play where some idiot comes up with it and it's stupid. And maybe sometimes it works, but it's a gimmick play, whatever. But you have to look at it for what it is. That's what's most important to me. Is this team really formidable? Are the Dolphins really a team that's going to go out there and when they get everybody full throttle, like get their players back, hopefully everybody gets their players back before the playoffs, are they going to be able to go out there and perform and beat a decent team? I don't really see it because Tua is going to still be Tua. And I don't know what that is. See, that's the thing that people don't understand. When we start talking about Tua, like he does some good things and he also does some really bad things. And it's kind of like, I don't know which way the Dolphins are going with him. I don't really see a scenario in which he's the long-term starter. And like I said, I've been wrong, but very, very few times have I been wrong. I don't know when it comes to this player, Tua, if he's the guy for the Dolphins. I don't think the staff really trust him. In this game, though, he was able to do whatever he wanted because, like I said, when you're down half your team and nobody knows what's going on and you got players off the street coming in trying to make a play, it's not really going to help. Like they're just bodies out there because obviously I don't know what the NFL wanted to do. They couldn't forfeit, blah, blah, blah. It is what it is, right? So I just want to make sure everybody understands my point of view of the game. It was an embarrassment on the Saints, on the Saints' behalf, but I just looked at it like, wow, who are these players? I was looking at the back of people's jerseys on the Saints like, yo, what? Like, dude, who is that? What's that guy doing there? And once you start doing stuff like that and you analyze it, you're like, all right, bro, look, I don't know what this is, but in 2 weeks, we're going to know what's up. That's all I'm going to say to you guys. We're going to know what's up in 2 weeks. But some of you guys have been asking, what do I think about Tua? Is he the guy? Stuff like that. I don't really. It's sort of like this. Remember I told you guys this, like, I think early in the season, maybe like week 1. And I said, Kyler Murray, although they've been on like a losing streak, I see a lot more in Kyler than I do in Tua. And although they're both little men, it's something about Kyler that I see something there, like it's different. I don't get, when I watch Tua play, I don't get that feeling. Now, again, you might get that feeling and you might feel like, yo, bro, this guy can do it. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's not about the size of the player or whatever, because we've seen guys like Russell Wilson at 5'11" perform. We've seen Kyler at his highest points this year. We've seen other undersized players play well. I just don't like this guy. I don't know about this guy. So now when we jump over to the Saints, it's becoming very, very hard to not just see Drew Brees as the quarterback. I don't know if you guys feel like that. Like, I was crazy on Drew Brees about him having a noodle arm and not being able to throw the ball 1 yard and all that stuff. But even with that little arm strength, he was so much better than what we're seeing with anybody that they put out there. And that should show you the grass is not always greener. Look, like, bro, I would try to bring him back with no arm. Like, dude, like, yo, just come back and just, kick the ball. Like, dude, this is really disgusting Because for us looking at it as viewers, right, we have to believe that at some point these players were good that we're seeing out there. Because like, what is it, like less than 1.3% of people play in the league? So it's like, dude, like of the general population, that's like very, very small. So you got to be the elite of the elite. Ian Book is not elite. He couldn't win a flag football game in Pop Warner. Like, that dude is garbage. Like, watching the game, I was disgusted. I threw up in my mouth about 2 or 3 times. Had to brush my teeth, you know what I'm saying, and see what was good. He was really, really bad. So with that being the case, I don't really know what they're fielding out there. So now we got to question it. And I know it's like, okay, yo, Gmias, what about like, the practice squad, stuff like that? He shouldn't be on the practice squad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain things like, you got to look at it and give someone that's better equipped. Maybe he's somebody's nephew or cousin or something on the staff. They got to look into it. Because if I'm the owner, I want to know that the person can actually play football. I watched this guy. He should have thrown 5 picks. He only got registered for 2. He threw 5. So me watching it was just a really bad experience. And, the offensive line wasn't fully there. So you got Alvin Kamara going out there battling his heart out. He got 52 yards, a 4-yard average. Mark Ingram, he had 17 yards on 4 carries. It just wasn't there. It's a really, really bad situation, but I do believe in the next couple of weeks, we're going to start to see a lot of these teams back at full strength, and we'll be able to more or less assess it. But what was more disappointing as far as Saints fans, I saw you guys going crazy on social media, was the fact that you just beat the Buccaneers. But you got to remember, you had a lot better staffing for the game against the Buccaneers. So it just worked out in that scenario that, you had more of your team available. In this situation right here, it's like, dude, like, all right, the janitor is out there. Like, dude, I got to be totally honest, bro. I know a lot of you guys saw this as well, and you were trying to figure out what was going on. It's a lot of people that get opportunities, and we don't know why. But whatever the opportunity was for Ian Book, I think he kind of used it up. Because I don't know, what do you take from that, what he was doing? And in certain cases, he had time and still tried to throw to the other team. So when you analyze that, like he's looking to throw to the other team, you have to go ahead and evaluate that player characteristic. And you got to sit down with him and say, look, bro, you're going to have to go and do something else. Maybe you're better suited to do, whatever, dude. Like, it doesn't matter what he wants to do. Maybe he does pottery, make some stuff. Like, whatever he needs to do, but it's not football at quarterback. It's definitely not. And I'm telling you this because a lot of you guys were asking, like, yo, who is this guy Ian Book? I have no idea who he is. I've never seen him before. I don't know what he's doing. But all I can tell you is that if that guy ever plays another National Football League game again, it's going to be even worse because he's that bad. I don't know what was going on, but I pray for the best for my Saints fans out there. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You enjoy your day. One love, y'all.